Hello and welcome back to Super Mario Kart 64. The last time we played through the special cup on 50cc with an extremely long rainbow road. And today, we're going to be starting up 100cc with the Mushroom Cup, and we're going to be playing as Yoshi. And so without further ado, let's get started with the Mushroom Cup 100cc featuring Luigi Racing, Moo Farm, Koopa Beach, and Calamari Desert. Let's do this! Okay, so, this is an unexpected turn of events, because I wasn't, the intended topic for today is not going to be the topic that I actually discuss, because as it happens, Microsoft decided to drop a bombshell this week, and acquired, I should say, purchased Activision Blizzard for what I believe is an absurd amount of money. I don't know the exact number, but it's quite absurd, whatever it was. So, yeah, that was news this week. That was what I woke to. I was speechless. I was without speech when I saw that news article revealed. And it's taken me some time to properly articulate exactly how I feel about it, because on the one hand, it's great for Game Pass and people who use Game Pass, because you've just got a whole lot more games available to you via Xbox Game Pass. So, for the consumer, this is the biggest win in the history of wins. But of course, nothing's ever quite that simple, because as you may or may not know, and by that I mean you absolutely know, I'd be astonished if you didn't, there's some baggage that comes with Activision Blizzard as a company, because it came out not too long ago that the working conditions of that company are absolute garbage, and for people that that was well-placed fake item box. For people who work there, it's completely horrible. The frat boy culture that permeates the workplace of Activision Blizzard was horrendous, and I lost any and all respect that I already had minimal respect, by which I mean like none. But whatever minuscule amount of respect I had left for that company is just completely gone out the window. So, yeah, there's that. So then the obvious question there is, what becomes of that culture? And my gut response, my gut initial response to seeing the news article was, oh dear God, why did you do that? Why did you do that? That was not a good idea. Why? So because like it doesn't optically, it doesn't look good to be associated in any capacity with a company as rotten to the core as Activision Blizzard. So my initial response was, oh good God, what have you done? But then I thought about it some more, and really, it's I still don't really have a definitive answer on how I feel about it. On the consumer perspective, I'm hardcore in the camp that this is nothing but beneficial to the people who to Game Pass owners. This is great news for you. But on the business side of things and for the people who work there, because on the one hand, there's two possibilities. Either A, this is great news for the people that work there, and Microsoft is going to make a concerted effort. Like Phil Spencer's gonna take up the head of leadership and be like, nah, this BS culture you guys appropriated before, or propagated. That's the word I'm looking for. This BS culture that you guys propagated before we came in and took over the place, that ain't gonna fly no more. You're gonna have to actually start not being terrible human beings. That's possibility A, where they come in, they completely change the whole business, and they, most importantly, boot Bobby Fulbright out of the company. I honestly don't know his last name, but you know him. I'm calling him Bobby Fulbright, and if you've played Dual Destinies, then you know why. He's a shitty person, and the fact that he's still in charge of the company is utterly mind-boggling to me. So, if Phil Spencer comes in and mops the floor with the place and is like, all right, this isn't gonna fly anymore. You gotta clean up your act, and you gotta do it now, as long as you're gonna be with us. If that happens, then I would imagine that this would be the best case scenario, which is that, you know, because the thing is, not everyone at Activision Blizzard is a terrible human being. I'm sure there's a small percentage of developers there that really are passionate about what they do. They want to make the best game they can. And most importantly, they're not horrible human beings who mistreat others for their own personal desires. So it isn't fair to them to suffer. Like, it's good for them that they can will hopefully be able to do what they love to do in an environment that doesn't make them completely uncomfortable constantly. So that's possibility A, and that's what we're hoping for. But possibility B is that nothing changes, and Bobby Fulbright still remains in the company, not just in the company, but in a leadership position in the company. So what it boils down to really is whether he gets kicked out, because he needs to go. He needed to go like the last century, but he needs to double go now. So what we're hoping is going to happen is once the dust settles, Bobby Fulbright, whatever his name is, gets booted out of the company, never to return. And now, so obviously, because I think I've seen some people say that it'd be best if he didn't get a golden parachute on the way out. And yeah, obviously, best case scenario is that he doesn't get any work or anything else for the rest of his life, because he doesn't given the culture he propagated, he doesn't deserve to have that golden parachute. But realistically, it's basically completely impossible and unrealistic for that to be the case. There is no practical timeline where he doesn't get that golden parachute that saves his ass out the door. That's just, obviously we'd all love for him to not be punished, for him to not be rewarded for what he's done. We'd all love that, but that's not gonna happen, unfortunately. So at this point, best case scenario is that he gets out the door with that golden parachute, so that we can just get rid of him, and the company can go on to try to make something of itself and dig itself out of the massive hole that they've plunged themselves into. So that's what we're hoping for. And I know that my answer here is kind of wishy-washy and it's not really definitive, but to be honest, this whole situation isn't very definitive because there's a lot we don't know yet, and I'm sure there's people behind the scenes that know way more about this than I do, who will know more about the intricacies of what's happening with the leadership and what the finer details of the deal actually are, of the Microsoft acquisition of Blizzard and Blizzard and Activision. That was a thick item box. So they're going to know more than I do about what exactly is going on here, and will therefore be much more knowledgeable about the potential situations of how leadership's going to change. But the bottom line is, if you're a consumer for the Xbox brand, as in if you're a Game Pass subscriber, this is great news for you, and this is phenomenal. If you are not, well, I guess, but if you're not a consumer and you're on the, well, first of all, if you don't have an Xbox and your preference lies towards Sony consoles, then this is a crappy week for you, I imagine. But if you're on the business side of things and you actually work at Activision Blizzard, I can't speak for the people that work there. I can't speak to what their thoughts and feelings are about this. But what I would imagine is that if Microsoft makes the appropriate changes they need to and cleans up the company appropriately and gets out the people that need to not be there anymore, changes leadership, changes the culture, and basically steers the company on track, then I'm optimistic for the future of how this deal is going to shake things up moving forward. If they don't do that, if they don't make a clean slate, and they don't make radical changes for the company's direction moving forward, and everything just kind of remains the same, except that now Microsoft owns them, I worry for how this is going to look, both how it's going to optically appear, like to the general population, and how it's going to actually affect the workplace behind the scenes. So I'm sorry I don't have a more definitive answer, but really that's the most definitive I can be. Is I've laid out to you how I feel about this given every possible scenario, but we have to wait and see how this happens. So that was not what I intended to talk about today. I intended to talk about something completely different, but now that topic's been pushed back to Monday. But I also didn't really expect Microsoft to drop the bombshell that they did this week, so can you blame me for being a little rattled about it? I don't think anyone in their right mind expected this was going to happen. Oh, my favorite gameplay mechanic. My favorite gameplay mechanic. Waiting. Okay, well, hold on. I'm still in first, but you really have to wait for the train, huh? We really gotta wait for the train. Okay. Was that really the best idea we had for the track? Waiting for the train? You literally have to stop the car. You have to stop your cart mid-drive and wait for the train to pass by. I got lucky my first playthrough on the 50cc Mushroom Cup, where I didn't have to worry about that because the train was already long gone. Didn't get so lucky this time, so that's unfortunate. Also, we're tied for first right now. We could still win this. We probably won't, but we could still win this, so fingers crossed, I suppose. But I believe to unlock Mirror Mode, you only need to get a gold trophy in the final cup. The final cup. In the special cup of 150cc. So I think we should be in the clear. So long as we just win that one, we'll be okay. Also, how far ahead did Peach get? My goodness. Okay. Well, these bananas are useless. Well, okay, hold on. They might not be useless anymore. Okay. Good. Get rid of this. Get rid of all. Take all these bananas. Take all the bananas. Take that red shell to Peach. Please let that do something, because good God, you're so far away from me. How did you get that far? I probably guess I drifted off the course so many damn times. But you got really far away from me in a very short amount of time. So, methinks we're not going to win this. Methinks we are destined to lose, actually. But, you know, we're still going to try. No, we're done. It's over. It's over. Unless you get stunned by one of the trains, which I don't think is going to happen. Unless I take... Oh, actually, wait. Oh, no, because now I'm going to get stunned by the train. Or the banana. Oh, God. Okay, it's fine. We both got hit by the... you know what? Okay, you know what? It's fine. We both got hit by the train. We both got hit by the train. It's all good. It's okay. It's A-okay. We made it work. We got lucky. Now I just need to not screw up here for the rest of the race. Which is, you know, easier said than done, because it's me we're talking about. But, okay, we're still, no, don't hit the banana, don't go off course. Stay the course, and victory! Okay, we did it. But by how much? How close behind me? Because knowing this game, she's probably right on my rear end the whole time. But how close were our times? Let's check. Show me the leaderboard. How close was she? Okay, further than I thought. That train really set her back. I thought she was... I really thought she was going to be right on my rear end the whole time. But also, I guess it wasn't really in trouble at all, because she wasn't even kind of close to the top 3. She didn't get a single point the whole time, so I guess I really didn't have anything to worry about, even if I did finish second there. But you know what? We still won. So, all good in my book. We still won. So yeah, didn't intend to talk about the whole Blizzard Activision situation here, but... then well, I guess I didn't, because there wasn't going to be a situation to talk about until the news dropped. I was planning on talking about something completely different today, but now we have to wait till Monday to see what that's going to be. It's one of the topics suggested, so you can probably, if you look through the topics that were suggested, you'll know the pool that I'm searching through. Anyway, so yeah, that's my thoughts on the Activision situation. For a consumer, it's great news. Behind the scenes, depends on what Microsoft does to change up the leadership and culture behind the studio. That's ultimately what it boils down to. If they make the changes they need to, great. Boot out the people that need to be booted out and make progressive changes for the future for the better for that company. If they don't do that, then everyone's screwed. Is the long and the short of it. My stance on the situation. Anyway, we won. We did the win. A winner is me. Victory is ours. We got the gold trophy. And, alright. I guess I didn't mention it. 100cc wasn't too bad. 100cc was definitely, you know, harder. The AI was a bit better. Moving faster, as is to be expected. But it wasn't anything too harsh. We'll see what happens when we get to 150cc. 150cc is what I'm really worried about. Because that was when things started getting unfairly hard, I guess I should say. Not that it wasn't already unfair, but like exceptionally unfair in Super Mario Kart. So, the game plan here is going to be just, you know, as always, step away up through the CCs and hope that by the time I get to 150cc, we'll be okay. It didn't work for Super Mario Kart because that game is awful, but hopefully it's going to work better for this game. So that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. I hope to catch you all tomorrow, or sorry, not tomorrow, Monday for some more Mario Kart 64. Goodbye.